ended up with 3 super cinnamons. What's going on YouTube? So today we got a lot of different things going on. Most importantly, Craig got his first clutch of eggs. We're actually heading to his facility now, discuss some of that stuff, and we're going to show you how I prefer to transport eggs that are freshly laid. This does not work after a couple of days of being laid, but within the first couple of days, I think this is the best way to transport eggs. The reason why I want to film this is, in the past, I've had customers of mine that have bought females and were gravid and didn't know it and got eggs and needed to bring the eggs to us for incubation. I've had friends that have incubators malfunction and needed to bring eggs to us. I've had friends and customers that have not had their incubator set up quick enough. The female laid eggs, they needed somewhere to put them. Of course, we don't mind helping out our friends and customers, and we incubate the eggs for them. So this has happened quite a good bit. But this is actually the first time that I'm going to pick up eggs and bring them back. So because I'm the one doing it, we'll get a chance to film it. Stay tuned on that. In the meantime, we all know on the last episode I was talking about our first clutch of the year about to hatch, and it did. This hobby and this industry is full of ups and downs, and as excited as I was about the pastel chocolate inchy hypo desert ghost to a GHI Mojave cinnamon, super nice variant. I was so excited about getting them. Unfortunately, we had something that I've never had to deal with. We actually only had 2 of the 5 eggs make it. About halfway through incubation, started with 7 eggs, about halfway through incubation, we lost 2, which is very odd. Normally I don't lose eggs that far along. Usually it's closer to 2 weeks after they're laid. Sometimes they'll go bad, but not halfway, or they might have even been 3 weeks away. Either way, 1 pipped on its own, seems fine, everything's okay. Obviously it's a white snake, so the pairing that I just told you shouldn't have produced a white animal. So that made me a little nervous. That was the only one that had pipped. It came out of the egg, so I went ahead and slit the other ones. And what I found was not something that I expected. We ended up pulling 2 of the babies out of the egg because I could tell that they were completely deformed. Just telling you, before I show you this picture, this is not something that you may want to show your kids. This is also something that if you have a weak stomach, you might not want to watch it. But this is also something that nobody hardly ever shows that I think needs to be showed. And this is a picture of what I believe is 2 super cinnamon combos that are deformed, kinked, and didn't make it. Now you say, well, how did you get super cinnamons out of that clutch? Ended up with 3 super cinnamons. 1 is still doing okay. So this girl has a beautiful ringer. I believe this is actually super cinnamon, super GHI. We ended up with 2 bells. The second one just crawled out of the egg and basically died. Very weak animal, but it was another blue-eyed solid white snake. So how does one end up with 3 super cinnamon and 2 blue-eyed Lucy's out of a pastel chocolate inchy hypo desert ghost to GHI Mojave cinnamon? I checked them all, and yes, they're all females. So what we had was a Parthenogenesis clutch, Partho clutch. And I may be saying that wrong. I don't know. I'm not a scientist, I'm not a biologist or any of that other things. But what a Partho clutch is kind of Mother Nature's way of making sure that this species reproduces itself. And what we have is the mother actually reproduced herself. So she made double copies of herself. And because she's Mojave and because she's cinnamon, double copies of those made blue-eyed Lucy's and made super cinnamons. So something that we've also noticed in the Partho clutches that other people have had is they're always females. Why this is, I have no idea. There's a lot of debate on it, but unfortunately this first clutch was not anything what we would desired, anything what we wanted, and I really got upset about it. But I mean, unfortunately, it's just part of this hobby, and nobody really shows this part. So I felt like I was going to talk about it a little bit. I didn't want to hide it from anybody, so I've showed you the pictures. Unfortunately, you know, we're not going to do any type of video on them. And we had some friends of ours that actually took the two that were surviving and took them back to their facility, and they want to try to raise them and do a little bit more studying, see if they'll reproduce, just things like that. So we're not going to update those unless in a couple of years they actually lay eggs, or if we find out more information about those particular two. So we don't have anything else to video. The only two that actually made it are no longer with us. They're with friends. So anyway, not a good start for 2020. All this virus stuff and all the other bad things is happening around the world, and we haven't had a great 2020. So, you know, it kind of is what it is. But this hobby has ups and downs. So, you know, just a matter of a day or two later, we hatch out some confusions, and they are phenomenal. So we'll show those as soon as they shed out. We'll get a video of those, do a little small thing on those. But man, I love confusion stuff. It is absolutely a wonderful gene. We hit a 4-gene male that is mind-boggling. Once again, you know, you're down about one clutch, and then you hit something else, and then you just forget about all that. So, back to some more good news. We are almost at Craig's house. Stay tuned. You'll see him in just a second. Yo!
What's up? We're on YouTube with you? What's up, YouTube? We got
Craig's still in the process of
moving and getting everything together, but in that process,
yeah,
we got eggs.
It's like what, 6?
Might be. I hadn't messed with them. I saw them last night, and I just kind of left her be. So we're about to find out.
So what's this big tub for?
More than 6. Let's see, 3, like 7.
7. Oh, look at you.
Okay. So what we're going to do, because Craig doesn't have an incubator here yet, and what we were just discussing on the way over here, actually going to pick the eggs up with the mama and put them in a tub and transport mama with eggs back to our facility. So there's 2 reasons why I choose to do it that way. One, mama's wrapped up on them tight, so they're not going to be rolling around or going anywhere. And 2, mama's keeping them warm. So even though it's warm in here, 80 something degrees, just like it is at our facility, that mama's using her body to keep those eggs warm. So it's not going to be 80 plus degrees on the ride home, but she's going to help retain a lot of that heat until we can get there.
I'm excited. It's gonna be fun.
All right, so unfortunately Craig had to go back to work. He got called in and it started raining on us. just had to hurry up, grab the female with the eggs, put her in a tote, which you'll see in just a second, and just drove back home. So now we're back at our facility. I'm drying out a little bit now, but anyway, so we have our egg box ready. I have previous videos on the way I do egg boxes. If you notice, I just use the coconut that I have plenty of, just a light diffuser. So let's grab these eggs and put these in here and get them labeled and stick them in the incubator. Seven eggs, like I thought it was earlier. We'll candle them again. So they all candled good. These were laid yesterday. Craig found them late last night, and they're completely stuck together. So we're just gonna leave them like this and let them incubate out. So mark the top of them just in case they start to fall apart as they get closer to hatch time. And fixing to get these bad boys in the incubator. Clutches in the incubator and see what we get. So Craig bred black pastel albino and a black pastel het albino males to an albino girl. So hopefully we'll get some black pastel albinos. Everybody loves those things. They're absolutely gorgeous. Even as adults, they look great. So anyway, that's it for today, and we'll see you in a couple of days.
Thanks for watching our daddy's channel. Make sure you subscribe.